What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Odeli and I create content mostly around my hair, but every now and then I throw in a video that has nothing to do with hair. And if you're a returning subscriber, well, welcome back. I'm so happy to greet you. How are you doing? I feel like I haven't done a sit and down and talk video like in years actually. But it hasn't been years, it's just been a few weeks, so yes. And basically what I want to talk to you about today is a few things that I have kind of been wanting to share with you about my natural hair journey. And I think the time is now. So my dear friends, if that's something that you are interested in, well, let's begin. Like I said, these are a few things that concerns me, my personal natural hair journey, my natural hair experiences. And I just thought that, it would be interesting maybe if I share them with you. So the number one things, and let me say they're not in no specific way or order. Okay, so the number one thing that I want to kind of bring attention to is that sometimes protective hairstyle isn't always a good idea. And let me explain you why, okay? So for instance, in my case, I like to twist or plait my hair and then let it be for 1 to 2 weeks, right? So far so good. The issue with that is that I often tend to forget to reapply moisture in between those weeks, because naturally if my hair is in, yes, I'm not touching it, I'm not seeing it, but the most important part is to keep it moisturized, and that is what will help us retain length in the end, okay? So the solution to this is me having to let my hair be protected but still accessible for me to be able to apply or spray water or leave-in conditioner or some type of something to keep it moisturized, because when you're taking those hairs down, girl, let me tell you, it could be messy, it could be dry, it could be messy. Or a next solution that I find very useful is going through my normal moisturizing process but applying a ton of grease. You know, that the grease that I love, that my dear friend Clarice recommended me to. So what I would do is apply a ton of this grease to lock in all of the moisture that I just put into my hair, and that honestly will keep my hair moisturized for 1 to 2 weeks. This is the only way, honestly, that I can keep my hair without moisturizing it for longer than I want, okay? So that is the number one thing that I happen to be noticing with my personal hair care regimen. The second thing is, I would say that I have to, or I have learned that being gentle with my hair is also helpful in terms of length retention. Because let me tell you, sometimes I'm in a rush, and when you're in a rush, this is the worst time to do your hair. Let me explain you why again. Because when you're in a rush, you're gonna be tucking, you're gonna be pulling, you're gonna be doing all this stuff that your hair didn't ask you for. So what I personally do, and I don't mind doing it because I'm actually a lazy person, so I would be looking crazy just because I know I don't have the time or patience or even the energy to be dealing with my hair. So I would just let it be, like not touch it at all. And honestly, if I'm not ready to detangle and go through the lengthy process of dealing with my hair, I won't lay hands on my hair, to better say, okay? So this is something that I have also learned about my natural hair journey. And yeah, honestly, if you're in a rush, don't touch your hair, be gentle with it, and remember, okay, love your hair. And next thing that I pay attention to is the ends of my hair. I have a question for you. How many times have you trimmed your ends, like today, and next month you realize that your ends are still like raggedy, like thin, like I don't know, like it just happens to me so often that I feel like I have to trim maybe more, because For instance, I just got my hair trimmed at the salon when I got my hair straightened, and I feel like the girl, she should have cut more, because it's like my hair is stuck at this length, and I feel that it is due to me not maybe cutting off enough. So I often pay attention to my ends, in the sense that if it needs to get trimmed, sis, I will trim them. Like it don't have to be every 6 months or once a year. Like if I just did it last month and I feel like I need to do it again this month, like I for sure will do it. Okay, so that is a next thing that I think you should be paying attention to, because like me, maybe you feel like you're stuck at a certain length of hair, and maybe it's coming from the fact that you aren't, you know, that your ends need to go, basically. Our next one that is coming up to my head right now, that I also learned, and I just mentioned it like on my first tip, I believe. Yes, on my first tip, I talked about grease, and honestly, grease isn't a bad idea. It's not a bad idea in the sense that, like I said, it locks in moisture. I remember like back in the days when I was relaxed, people used to be so skeptical about grease, and we had like all these bad negative ideas and like comments about people using grease. Maybe it's true that you don't have to use it on your scalp, but for the length of the hair, it works wonders for me. It works wonders for my daughter, and that is a staple up in hair. Okay, this is something that I have been using for, like I said, since my friend introduced me to this grease, and it is honestly, I'm not gonna change it for nothing in this world. What else can I talk about? Let me talk about my edges. Yes, my edges. Also, in this journey that is my personal journey, okay, I have come to the conclusion that edges to me isn't all of that. Like, I love to see these girls with like well done edges and beautiful swoops, whatever you call it, waves, whatever you want to call it. Those are beautiful, but unfortunately it's not my thing, because number one, I don't know how to do it. Number two, I don't know how to do it. I don't have the time or patience to do it. And number three, I don't really touch my edges if I ain't applying oil to massage them, because as you know, I have some bald spots that I'm trying to grow. And you've heard me saying this already, it is hereditary, okay? It's not that I have, you know, lost them somewhere. No, I haven't lost my edges. It is a family thing. So I'm just trying to see if I can grow them. And that's a next reason why I feel like my swoops don't turn out to look good, because I don't have enough edges. But if you have the type of edges that I have and you pull this off, please show me, okay? And don't be judgeful. Let me know what you do in your natural hair journey. What has your hair taught you? Okay, and then again, like I said, these are my problems, these are my solutions. And why don't you share what are your problems and solutions in your natural hair journey? Because I'm sure that it varies for every one of us, and it would be interesting that you share down in the comments below how, you know, how far are you in this journey? Like, how is it going? Do you have setbacks? I personally do. Like I said, I feel like I'm stuck at this same length as forever. I think you call it like the something plateau. Yes, but I'm stuck at this plateau in which my hair doesn't seem, well, in my opinion, it doesn't seem to be growing. But yeah, who knows? I maybe have to do some lens checks or whatever. Now, my beloved friends, we have arrived to the end of this video. Thank you for sticking with me until here. Like I said, if you're subscribed, thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. If you find something, a little something interesting in this video, make sure you subscribe to be part of the tribe. And as always, I'll see you in next week's video. Don't forget to share it with a friend, okay? And